this video, I'm going to be sharing with you everything you need to know about a person's self-care beliefs and their beliefs around their self-worth. Hello beautiful mamas, welcome back to another video. For those that are new, my name is Christina, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on another video, because that video could be the one that could change your motherhood journey, change your life forever. But for now, let's get straight on to this video. A while ago, I created a short video about self-care and a mum's or anybody's belief in general around their self-worth, because we often don't take time for self-care because we don't feel like we deserve it, like we are worthy of self-care. We don't prioritize that, so it's always way down our to-do list and just not a priority. For me, I really struggle to figure out what to focus on when my son goes to bed. I'm like, what do I prioritize? Because there is so much that needs doing. It's like this time that's supposed to be for our time to relax becomes stressful. It's like, when did this start becoming stressful? Like having free time, it's like, what do I focus on? What do I do? Well, there's dishes, there's laundry, there's ironing, there's clothes, there's all this stuff that needs doing. Then you want self-care, then you want time with your partner. It's like, I don't know what to focus on. And most of the time my time is used by, I prioritize my time on my business. So this means I'm staying up extremely late because I enjoy doing this. I enjoy my business, what I do, and it is in the early stages, so I'm trying really hard to make a success of it. So I am prioritizing my sleep less, so I am feeling extremely exhausted at the moment, and it became like to the point where I was getting really grumpy and I just didn't want to be around my son. He was triggering me, it was making me feel groggy all day, I just couldn't function properly. And now I've realized that it's not healthy, and I'm going to have to start prioritizing my sleep more. Sleep is a form of self-care as well, because we often, obviously, like I've said, we're like, oh, what kind of self-care thing can I do? What can I do? What can I do with our time? But sometimes all it takes is just going to bed early. So I created my own schedule, my weekly schedule, so then I could schedule in those times for self-care, or times for my business. Right, what I need to focus on, this is business time, this is this, and this is this. And then I could know that, no, this is partner time, I'm going to bed early. And if you do need help with knowing what to prioritize or ideas for self-care, you can download my High Vibe self-care guide for mums, and this is like a complete guide with over 100, I think it's about 102 or 3 ideas for self-care, from meditation to, yeah, reading a book, to having a bath, to going actually to Reiki. There's so much stuff in there that will actually raise your vibration. And as a bonus, there's a schedule. I put the schedule in there so you can schedule your self-care time. So there's no excuses now. And all you need to do is click the link in the pinned comment below. Self-care is often kind of a buzzword thrown about all on social media, and we see someone's self-care routine, we watch someone's vlog, we see a guide, click my link for my guide on self-care, and that's as far as it goes really with self-care. But what is self-care really? Self-care is taking care of ourselves, putting our needs first. And but when we do that, when we think about putting our needs first, especially those with kids, we go, oh, hold on a minute, oh, put the brakes on, and we go, no, it's not a priority. It can go all the way down there, it can be something else. You don't think of it as a priority, or you're just thinking other things take priority. What do I focus on? What do I focus on? You think, right, I'll go and do the dishes first, I'll go and tidy up first, and then I will sit down and have some me time, I'll pamper me, I'll go and have a bath and all that. But then that doesn't happen. And as well, in the end, we just think, well, I don't have time for that. Or self-care, it's just a buzzword. Like, it's just these things, these trends on social media. I don't have time for that. I'm a busy working mum, I'm a busy stay-at-home mum. I've got so much to do. I've got the pack lunches to do. I've got tidying to do. I've got laundry to do. I just don't have time for this. And when you're saying you just don't have time and stop being so unrealistic, this is just a lie. You do have time. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. But what is happening here is you're just not prioritizing self-care. You put it way down your list of things to do because you are prioritizing everything else. You think the dirty dishes have priority over looking after and honoring your body. You are a goddess on earth. You want to be the best version of yourself for your children, but often we are not prioritizing it. If we saw our true selves and how much we deserve it, we would do it. We put so much time and effort in to being mothers, and we deserve that self-care. Is we're not prioritizing it because we don't believe we are worth it. We all have this deep inner child wound. Majority of people have inner child wounds around self-worth, thinking they don't deserve to look after themselves, they don't need to look after themselves because they feel they always must please everybody else. We always think that we have to please everybody else, give to everybody else. And what you're doing here, you're just abandoning yourself to please the other. You're giving your power away to everybody else, the external, and you're not filling up your own cup. You're not bringing it back to the self and putting yourself first. And often on top of this, society tells us maybe self-care is selfish, and often that putting yourself first is really selfish when you have children, that you must always give to your children until the point you are depleted. But you cannot keep pouring from an empty cup. The biggest gift you can give your child is to put yourself first sometimes, because then you are calmer, you're more regulated, you're more happy and fulfilled. So then you can be your best version, your highest self, your truest, honest self. Shed all of that crap off of you and you'll be the best mum that you want to be, or you just be a good enough mum. There's no such thing as best or perfection, so you just be a good enough mum. But you cannot do that if you don't prioritize self-care and know that you are worth it. Because I had this massive epiphany one time when I was getting my son asleep and he was really playing up, not getting to sleep. He was running all over the bedroom. I felt like I didn't have control of the situation. I didn't have control of him, so I didn't have control of the situation. So I was feeling like almost in a dysregulated, triggered state. I wasn't getting annoyed at him, but I was feeling really like tense, triggered in my body, that I was like, oh my God, please, I just want to go to sleep. I have no control of that. And I realized though that in that moment I was feeling so overwhelmed, so put so much pressure on myself because I hadn't been taking time for self-care. I realized because I didn't feel like I was worthy of self-care, because I was almost punishing myself for all the times I lost my temper, all the times I feel I have to just give to my son and not honor myself, honor my body, and just do things for me for once. So now if I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed, I think, well, have you prioritized any self-care recently? Is it well that way down your list? And for me, it has been a little bit, because I'm not prioritizing sleep. And to me, sleep is a form of self-care. And so I haven't been prioritizing my sleep. And we are a family that actually really values sleep. So I don't know why. We all just really love sleep in this house. Apart from my son, who wakes up about 10 times in the night sometimes. And it's, not the best. I hate it, to be honest. And the thing is, you need to take time to love yourself, because we are always giving, like I said, because we are constantly giving to our children. We are giving to our partners, we're giving to our friends, our family, often for that validation and that feeling of love. But you need to fill your own cup up. You need to take responsibility for yourself to be there for everybody else too at the same time. I just want to point out here, there are times where you should like put your children first, like when they're ill or something like that. You do put them first. They are unwell. You're not going to say, no, mummy wants some self-care, me time. You're just going to have to do this and this and this yourself. Of course you're going to put them first. Like, I'm not like mean or always think about myself. Of course not. So I hope this video has been a bit insightful and help you to realize that maybe you do not prioritize self-care, and that you should be. And the reason why is because maybe you have a deep inner child wound of not feeling good enough, or you don't deserve it. And that, but if you do struggle with inner child wounds or inner child stuff, you can watch this video next.